Prince Rene, Chapter 1.
Can't we just grab the prince and make a run for it?
Ratline, for once in your life, might you consider thinking before you act? Huh? We're not making any moves until it's absolutely safe. Blowing our cover now is not an option.
Ease up on the lad, Michaela. Can't really fault him, can we? I can almost smell the ransom from here.
Aye, Captain. The catch of a lifetime if we could just get on with it.
Patience is our ally tonight. Did you secure the bag I asked for?
Got the goods without a hitch. You'd think these rich arsenals would be harder to rob.
Aye. Gold has a way of turning people's minds to mush.
You don't say.
Oh, come on. Can't we at least work the crowd a little more while we wait? These folks are begging for it.
Focus, both of you. We're here for the prince, not petty theft. He'll be here any moment. Ratline, give me the bags. Tigris, these are for you.
What the hell, Michaela? You had me risk my neck for some face paint?
Aye, we could have nicked this back in town.
These are high-quality pallets. I'll have you know.
The fuck is a pallet?
If she's to enrapture a prince, she needs to look at every part a princess. Now, Tigris, come here. I need to apply this properly.
We'll be waiting with the rest of the crew. Tigris, it's up to you to lure the prince outside the palace.
Yes, and not just anywhere. There. Okay, now lips. Perfect. Empress Neela is famously protective of her son. He's under guard near constantly. It'll be challenging to coax him out of the palace. But that's your task, Tigris. Once he's outside, lure him over to the South Harbour, and we'll handle the rest.
Not just the prince. We take the queen, too.
What?
Captain, again with this. We stand before the greatest haul of our lifetimes, of any pirate's lifetime. And you're willing to gamble it all away for a vendetta?
This isn't about revenge. It's about justice.
Tigris, would you talk sense into him? Surely you see the folly in this. You agree with him? Think beyond yourselves. Our crew is here to profit, not to settle scores.
Hold on. What exactly did the Queen do that's got you two so pressed?
Tigris can tell you herself. It was years ago, when she was just a child.
Tigris, wait up! That's not fair. You always sneak a head start. No, you are not better than me. Prove it. Ow, ow, ow! Okay! I yield, you win! It's only because your dad teaches you. Mama won't let me learn stuff like that. I can't. She says I'm her only heir and I could get hurt.
Darius, I warned this was folly. We should have accepted the Queen's pardon when we had the chance.
The plan was sound. You just needed to commit.
I did commit to your foolish plan after you forced my hand. Now, look where we are.
Is that your father?
Tigris? Tigris? Tigris! Oh, there you are. Come, my sweet girl. We must leave now.
Leave? Just for today?
No, Your Grace. We're leaving the palace for good. Tigris, quickly, say your goodbyes to the prince.
Captain, we need to leave now.
There they are, guards! Arrest them!
Hands where we can see them!
Captain!
Stay calm, my girl.
Mother, what are you doing?
Your Grace, please, I implore you, but let me speak in my defense.
Mother!
Captain!
Oh, wait! I accept the Queen's offer of pardon. I accept.
We are well beyond pardons now. Guards, take my son to the chambers.
No, no!
Take
What
my
about
daughter to the
Tigris? What'll happen to her?
Goddess. Tigris, stay close.
I demand a retrial!
Your trial has concluded and the verdict is clear. Your crimes are unforgivable. It is now my duty to administer justice. These fishermen have sworn that you and your men boarded their vessels, committing acts of piracy and instilling terror among their families.
Told you I am a merchant. Those charges are false.
In exchange for pardons, his own crew confessed. The coastal empire will not harbor pirates.
My daughter! Please, she's just a child. Your son and my daughter are friends. Show mercy!
Your daughter will be spared your fate. She is innocent. I assure you, she will be cared for. As for you, I strip you of your titles and lands. You will be remembered only in disgrace. And for the crimes you've committed, you are sentenced to death. May the goddess take pity on you.
No. No. Don't look, baby girl.
Tigris, don't you dare look away. Look at him. Your father. Take in every detail. Remember the smells, sounds. Keep this memory. Let it fuel you like a furnace, so when the time comes for you to, it'll be that much sweeter.
Holy shit. So that's what happened to the old captain.
Aye, that's the truth of it.
It was years ago. We have other concerns right now. For heaven's sake, Tigris. We've all suffered losses. I'm here because I believe there's a better future for us out there. And that ransom for the prince is our ticket. Going after the queen only complicates things.
Don't listen to her, Tigris. She wouldn't understand. Michaela chose this life. She's never had to fight to survive like us.
Now entering Her Imperial Majesty, Empress Neela Ravel, Sovereign Ruler of the Coastal Empire, Protector of the Realm, Paragon of Fairness, and her son, Prince Renatus Ravel, heir to the throne of the Coastal Empire.
There she is. After all these years. And would you look at that? The boy's become a man.
Let's go over the plan one more
Hey,
time.
Captain. The brat's headed this way.
Queen Nala might still recognize my face. We can't risk being spotted.
Remember, Tigris? Get him over to the South Harbor. South Harbor. We'll be waiting.
Stay sharp. You're on your own now.
Please, Renatus, just choose someone. I need to attend to our other guests.
Then by all means, Mother, go. Attend to them. I assure you, I am perfectly capable of handling this myself.
That's what you've said every season, and yet here we are again. We must secure a marriage for you this summer. No more delays.
But Mother,
Enough, Renatus. I will hear no more excuses. Now, ask someone to dance. In fact... Hello, my dear. Enjoying the festivities? Oh, wonderful. I am Empress Neela. And you, I must say, are second only to me in beauty tonight. My son, bless his heart, spotted you from across the room and...
Mother, I most certainly did not.
And he would be utterly enchanted if you would honor him with a dance. Renatus, do ask her properly.
If I'm forced to endure one more dance, I swear I might just leap from the balcony.
Renatus, you will do as your queen and mother commands.
May I have this dance?
Renee, would you grace my daughter with a dance? It would mean the world.
Apologies, but my dance card is currently full. Another time, perhaps. Well, don't look so pleased with yourself. It's merely one dance, then you may go pillage the pockets of some other nobleman. That is the truth of it, is it not? This charade is nothing more than a marketplace. Ladies hungry for advancement and lords, blissfully ignorant as long as she's easy on the eyes and will mind her marital duties. Not cynicism, just precision. After all, that is precisely why you're here. The Queen has declared that I am to marry. Surely you don't expect me to believe your presence here tonight to be mere coincidence. Pardon me for a moment. Excuse me. Excuse me. Who was in charge of tonight's music selection? Could we possibly play something a bit more spirited? Are we here to dance or to doze off? Shall we? You'll have to forgive me. What was your name again? You look awfully familiar. Have we met, or do you simply have one of those faces? Really? Must be my imagination, then. These balls. They turn everyone into a ghost from a past gala. But you, no. There's something unmistakable about you. We must have met. Surely it's not just my imagination. You're not someone I'd simply forget. Well, you certainly stand out, and it's clearly not that gown doing you any favors. 3 summers out of style, I'd say. But I suppose your face manages quite well on its own. I suppose it's the lack of polish, really. You're like a breath of fresh air, if fresh air was somewhat provincial. My foot.
Quite all right, my prince.
Quite all right, thank you. It seems my dance partner is just enthusiastic about her steps.
The young people always are.
Careful, you stamp those little feet now. You wouldn't want anyone to think your dancing skills were as out of date as your wardrobe. Do try to spare my toes for the duration of our dance. Everyone's watching, you know. You wouldn't want to scare off any other potential suitors with your unique grace. Oh, you need not worry about my suitors. As you can plainly tell, I am in no short supply. I resent that assumption. I wouldn't go as far as saying my wealth is the only draw. I'm sure they all find my wit quite charming. Perhaps you're right. Gold does add a certain sparkle to wit now, doesn't it? Perhaps that's why your wit seems to be as dull as your gown. You must be from one of the lower houses. Of course, how did I not see this earlier? A lady of true high breeding would never grace a royal function in a second-hand gown, let alone one that's so antiquated. And who might you be? Some minor noble? Or is it that your father, perhaps a lord, has found himself on hard times? Well, which is it? Wait. Your father is a merchant? Of course, my apologies, I'm sorry for your loss. Was a merchant. But you're telling me you're a commoner?
Prince Renee, you look dashing tonight. May I have the honor of your next dance?
You honor me, Earl Martin, but I think I should like to continue with my current
Your
plan.
Highness, my daughter has been looking forward to this evening all season.
No doubt she has. I'd be happy to meet her right after... Wait, where are you going? Ladies, please, you must give me a moment.
Prince Renee, if you'd be open to it, I can arrange...
Yes, of course. Just excuse me one second. leaving so abruptly. One might begin to question your manners. Indeed, I did say one dance. But clearly the curriculum over at Penny Pincher's Prep didn't cover the fine art of offering a polite farewell before ending a conversation. Excuse me. You don't have to say it again. I know what farewell means. But that's not... It's obviously not what I'm asking for now. There are further questions you've left unanswered. You're trying to goad me. Nonsense. It's clear as day. You are deliberately provoking me, and I will not entertain it further. Well, I hope you savored the moment, however brief, when someone of consequence showed a fleeting interest in your otherwise unremarkable existence. Truly, what sense did I take leave of? Chasing down an insignificant, albeit attractive, ill-bred peasant. I suppose I'll be taking you up on that farewell now. Did you just strike a prince? How dare you? Have you lost your penniless, visually challenged, utterly insignificant peasant mind? I can have you hanged for this. Oh, I plan to. Guards! Guards! Well, I didn't expect the door to lock behind me now, did I? This is hardly my fault. You shut the door yourself after you so rudely absconded from our dance. You should consider yourself fortunate. Imagine being trapped out here alone. Oh, haha, yes. Tremendously amusing. Your wit will indeed be a loss to us all once I take your head for laying a hand on me. No. Don't you dare. Strike me again, and I assure you, you will not catch me off guard a second time. That's right. You only bested me because you caught me unaware. A dishonorable advantage, nothing more. Yes, I'm ready now, but... Cease this at once! I said... Damn it. Fine. I yield. What is it that you want from me? Fine. If you agree to cease this physicality, then there is no need for any further unpleasantness when we are rescued. I've never met a lady who possesses such brutish strength. What sort of wares are you selling, merchant? Steroids? Well, I should think being trapped on a balcony with roid rage Cinderella is still preferable to enduring the feeding frenzy going on inside. You've seen the spectacle, I presume. Hordes of famished nobles, all too eager to sell their souls, or even their offspring, all for a scrap of my attention. Indeed. It's quite the burden being adored by so many. Oh yes, and then there is my dear mother. Orchestrating every tedious interaction. I swear, the woman suffocates any semblance of my independence the moment she spots it. You can't possibly fathom what others in that hall would give to be in your shoes right now. Alone with me. Basking in my undivided attention. Oh, don't worry. Your fists have thoroughly dispelled any notion that you came here seeking my hand. Besides, I'm sure that even you know that a peasant's hands, however forceful, could never truly hold an emperor's. Which begs the question, what brings you here if not to marry me? Listen, our verbal fencing has been mildly diverting, but this bruise is starting to give me a headache, and I am growing weary of these games. Now, are you going to tell me or not? If you intend to dangle this information in front of me, then do not expect me to beg. I am perfectly content to just sit here in silence. You are impossible. Truly. You know, you actually remind me quite a bit of someone I knew when I was a child. Yes. A dear friend of mine. The girl, she was... Never mind. What? Ah, curious then, aren't we? Don't try and pretend now. I saw the eagerness in your gaze when I began. You're quite keen to hear more. Come now, merchant, it's perfectly natural. Most in your position would deem themselves lucky to even glimpse a prince, much less converse with one. I'll tell you what, merchant. I wish to conduct business with you, and our currency shall be stories. I will continue mine if you disclose your purpose here. Shall we shake on it? Excellent. Yes, she was a girl around my age. Her father was a lord who had graced our court for a time, but she and I... She was unlike any of the other playmates my mother had chose for me. We'd steal away to ride through the woods, steal wine from the kitchens, dress up as commoners and mingle with the village children. I suppose I was far too young to pin the feeling then, but I believe I might have had something approximating a crush on her. However, in retrospect, I can hardly fathom why. Because she was domineering and tempestuous, often indulging in antics unbecoming of a future lady. Frankly, she was a dreadful influence. Ow! Again! For what purpose this time? Who cares what I say about her? She's gone now. It's not as if she can hear me. No, not truly gone, of course. She's alive. At least I believe so. At least I hope so. Truthfully, I know nothing certain. She simply vanished one day. All my mother would say is that it was time for her father to leave court, and that she had departed with him. I've tried to find her. Scoured every visitor log we possessed twice over. My mother withholds the truth. She spins a tale when I ask what happened, but I know that is not the full story. And yes, before you ask, I've even questioned the old Queen's Guard, those who knew her and her father. But they also remain silent, undoubtedly cowed by my mother. I remain in the dark. In truth, I don't even recall her true name. She went by this silly nickname I gave her. Tigris. Well, it is a matter for the history books now. Irrelevant. What else should I feel in this situation? I've exhausted all options. Or should I just resign myself to pining over a ghost forever? No, that is precisely what it would be. In other facets of my life, I've managed to move on. But this memory lingers, gnawing at my soul. Perhaps it's nostalgia painting a rosier picture, but she was unique. Truly special. I want to believe she felt the same. In such a fleeting time, she became central to my everyday. But she left. Vanished without a word. No means to reach her. Why would she do that? Did she harbor some secret disdain for me all along, or was I merely inconsequential? How could you possibly know how she felt? You were not there. My apologies. That was quite uncharacteristic of me to divulge so openly. I don't often give voice to such thoughts. Yes, I'm fine. Perhaps it's for the best that she's gone. Aside from you, she was the only one who ever dared lay a hand on me. I believe I've overshared quite enough. Perhaps it's time you shared your story. Let's start with how you managed to gain entry to this event at all. It was meant only for the nobility. Surely the Queen's Guard would have required your invitation at the door. I see. It appears everyone has their price. And now here you are, amidst the most influential in the Empire. What exactly does a merchant hope to gain from such a soiree? You're here to pay someone back. Ah, so it's a matter of debt then. To whom do you owe money? Well, if you're the one who's owed, wouldn't they be paying you back? Do not be upset with me. What you're saying makes little sense. If you are here to collect a debt, then you should be at the city courts, not wasting time with the ton. Your debtor is someone of rank. Are they here? I see. So it seems we're both chasing ghosts from the past. What happened? I'm truly sorry to hear that. Though that does explain quite a lot. I mean how you weren't immediately discovered upon entering the dance hall. I mean to say, you have a finesse about you that belies a wealthy upbringing. Most peasants have no idea how to properly dance with a partner, or bow, or curtsy just so. Though I suppose you may need to brush up on your social graces, but... If your claim holds truth, then you have been gravely wronged indeed. Who could fault you for seeking reparation? Though I'm afraid your quest sounds like a fool's errand. Because listen to what you've said. A lone merchant appears at the palace with claims she is owed a debt. A debt that is unverifiable and stale with time. Well, if that is the case, merchant, I'm afraid I must warmly welcome you to the fraternity of frustrated hopes. Seems neither of us will have the closure we desire.
Mr. Knight, are you there? Your mother is looking for you.
We need to find another way off this balcony.
The torch can't
Well, if you prefer a swift execution, then by all means wait for the guards. Otherwise, assisting me might be in your best interest. Oh, merchant, if only you knew my mother. She has the protective instincts of a she-wolf. She will see you, and she will see my bruised eye, and reason will flee her. I could not prevent it if I tried. The Queen's Guard will not lie for me if they believe my safety is of concern. Listen, if you are to be safe, we cannot be seen here. Not in this state. Now quick, help me up here. We need to get to the roof. Are you mad? We can't jump. That's a 30-meter drop to the bay. We drown.
We've almost got it.
No, stop. I command it. Climbing is safe. And that, my new friends, is why we are here, drenched to the bone in our finest attire. Or rather, my finest attire. My friend here, however, seems to have improvised her own something. Barkeep, another round for these fine people. And you, merchant, you've become quite the special friend tonight. No, that's not quite right. We've barely met. You could be plotting my demise, or my abduction. Shh, come here. Let's just forget I said that, shall we? You're simply a friend. I must apologize. I don't believe I've ever been quite this inebriated. Oh, shh! Don't tell a soul. A prince mustn't be seen swaying about.
Redhead, I trust you got the means to cover all these rounds you've been ordering.
But of course, dear barkeep. The royal treasury shall compensate you at dawn, post my taking a bath.
The fuck are you on about?
I said...
Listen here, lad, you're not strutting out of my tavern without settling your bill.
Unhand me! I assure you, whatever trivial amount we've accrued here is well within my means. I am Prince Rene.
Yeah, I hear you, mate, and I'm casting bloody hammer. Now, your ass ordered half my fucking shelf. You're gonna put some coin in my fucking hand right now, or you're not leaving. Well, you and I sort this out over a drink in me cabin later, sweetheart. For now, I need to deal with His Highness here. You bitch! Oh shit! Don't even shit.
Oh, he's out.
Well, guess that means drinks are on the house tonight. By the goddess, that was exceptional! A man twice your size, and you topple him like an oak. Perhaps I shouldn't feel too bad about earlier. Where did you learn such skills? No way. You have your own ship. Have you ever encountered any pirates? No, never mind. That's a silly question. Because my mother eradicated those scoundrels long ago. Yes, I suppose it's safer now. But I'd say she only made the world more boring than it was prior. Yes, boring. Every day is the same. Dressed by servants, lessons with generals, incessant complaints, endless hours with mother over tedious affairs of state and trade disputes, civil war, history of blah-biddy, blah-biddy, blah. It's also unbearably tiresome, and someday, all this drudgery will be my only purpose in life. And now they wish for me to wed. They wish to strap me down to a pretty face with an ample bosom and hope that will content me. That her charms will dull my senses enough to burden me with more duties. Of course I wish to be king, but not just any king. A king of deeds, of action. A warrior king like those of the South. Wait. I'm not supposed to say that. We're at war with them. Forget I said that. Life was at least slightly thrilling when pirates threatened these shores. At least then I could at least pretend something exciting might happen in this sterile town, but now... The point I am trying to pursue, merchant, is that coin and comfort are overrated. I crave excitement. What an exciting life you must lead, merchant. And tonight you have shared some of it with me, so I thank you. Merchant. Wait, what? Is it morning already? Fuck. My mother will have the Queen's Guard scouring the city for me. And I'm late for my bloody meetings. Goddess above. Wait. Is that the barkeep laid out on the floor? Goddess merchant, what happened last night? Is he dead? What do you mean, don't worry about it? He's... Yes, I am fine. I just appear to be suffering the consequences of last night's festivities. Why is it so bright out? I believe I've had my fill of the peasantry for today. I should like to be getting back to the palace now. Come, we'll cut through the South Harbor. Well, why ever not? It's the quickest way back to the palace. Come now. It is faster. I should like to think I know my own city better than a transient. Fine. If you insist on taking the scenic route. Merchant, you will have to speak louder. Otherwise, I cannot hear you over this screaming hangover. Yes, I suppose it would be wise to set our story straight in case anyone inquires. You are a baroness visiting from one of the distant provinces. Or, no, perhaps not a baroness, something lower. Because, my dear, you are beautiful, but you would never pass for a baroness. Not in that gown. You are a squire, visiting from somewhere far away, where no one would bother checking. I'll come up with it later. After our introduction at the soiree, we danced, enjoyed each other's company, and I asked if you'd like to take the air. It got late. I decided to escort you back to your lodgings, when on the way we were set upon by brigands. I quickly dispatched them, but was left with a nasty bruise on my... What? Yes, merchant, I dispatched them. Because what sort of lady dispatches brigands? Do you not think that would raise questions as to your background? So you see sense, very good. Now, as I said, we were set upon by brigands. I dispatched them, but was left with this nasty bruise on my left eye. In the interest of your safety, I saw it fit not to keep you on the streets any longer, so we took shelter at the nearest inn. There you attempted to treat my wound with a bottle of alcohol, but accidentally spilled it on my coat. Ugh, multiple times, apparently. What's the matter? No, I'm quite sure we didn't come this way before. The way back to the palace is through the main road, then past the... No, wait. Perhaps we did pass that shop before. Well, I told you the way I knew how to get back. You're the one who insisted on taking this convoluted route for goddess knows what reason. Well, I do know how to get back from here. Just not from the ground. I'm used to the view of the city from my chamber window. I know it by heart from up there, but it's rather different up close. Well, it's hardly my fault. I'm a very busy person. Rarely do I have the luxury of escaping my duties for a night on the town. I'm hardly ever able to even leave the palace. That is quite enough from you. Just follow me.
My heart, where have you vanished to all night? The guards have been in a frenzy searching for you. And what has happened to your eye?
I'm fine, Mother, truly. As I escorted the young lady home, we found ourselves in a skirmish with some common thieves.
God!
I'm fine. Merely a few gold pieces lighter.
Guards, sweep the city. I want those responsible found and dealt with severely.
Please, Mother. There's no need to go terrorizing the townsfolk. They were merely passing troublemakers who've likely sailed away by now.
By sea? Are you implying there are pirates in my empire?
Well, perhaps not.
I thought we ended that chapter. Worry not, my dear. I will handle this. Guard!
Yes, Empress?
Double the coastal patrols. Any hint of piracy, and I want them at the end of a rope.
Very good, Empress.
And who is this striking figure? Ah, I take it you're the charming companion my son was so taken with last night.
Yes, Mother, this is the lady you introduced to me. She's been quite the companion.
You seem tense, dear. All is well, I hope. Renee, is she all right? Why isn't she speaking?
You daft. Unclench your fist and say something. You look like a madwoman.
Reneus?
She's quite all right, Mother. Perhaps a little unsettled from last night's excitement.
Oh, of course. Come here. You poor creature. And surely that is not blood on your gown.
Empress, the envoy from Steelgate waits.
Ah, yes, duty calls. Thank you for looking after my son's wound. We must ensure you are well cared for. No friend of Renee's shall want for comfort. Are you here alone? Where are your lodgings? Well, that will not do. It's hardly appropriate for a lady of good breeding to be seen promenading amongst the common folk. You will stay here in the palace until we find something more suitable. This is not a request. It is a command.
Mother, she is her own person. You cannot simply...
Renatus, you will stay, won't you, darling? Good girl. I'll have a room prepared near my son. And you join me later. We have much to discuss.
Yes, Mother. I apologize for her. She can be forceful. I'm afraid you haven't seen half of what I put up with. Anyways, best freshen up then. The day's duties call. However reluctantly.
What a performance. Truly remarkable. That woman is just as overbearing and insufferable as I remember.
You've managed to infiltrate the inner circle faster than expected.
Incredible, isn't it? Already nestled right next to the Queen and her precious heir.
Yes, and while impressive, this kind of proximity breeds risk, Tigris. This ruse will not hold indefinitely.
Aye, the Nala I remember could spot a lie from 30 fathoms out.
It's best if you avoid any unnecessary contact with the Queen. However, while you're mingling with the nobility, there are certain items of interest, shall we say, that I would like you to acquire. I've compiled a list, as well as which ladies' boudoirs you might find them in. See to it discreetly, won't you?
And I have something for you as well. If you can get the Queen to South Harbor along with Renee, we'll be richer for it. But if you can't...
Is that a knife? Rein in your schemes, Captain.
Quiet, Michaela, that's an order. Enjoy the palace. Enjoy all the comforts she stripped from your father. But, Tigris, don't forget why you're here.
A splendid morning to you, my lady. We've come to draw your bath. And we have fresh linens.
The Empress has decreed your stay be draped in luxury. How fortunate you are.
Should you require anything, do not hesitate to ask.
Here's an array of gowns. Perhaps something to elevate the, quaintness of your attire. Oh, my dear, that gown is a relic. We must find the seamstress who burdened you with that antique and have them sent to the dungeon. Choose a gown, and our seamstress will tailor it post-haste. We aim to hide those rough edges, figuratively speaking. I'm afraid Her Majesty was quite insistent that you update your attire. If a queen is set on pampering you throughout your stay, who are we to argue?
Your bath is ready, lady. Do let us know if the temperature is to your liking. Well, when you're ready. Indeed, we are poised to assist. Unless self-bathing is the vogue among the nobility these days.
Oh, can you imagine? The gossip columns if they caught wind of a lady bathing herself.
What's next? I suppose you'll take to working your own fields, doing your own laundry.
Mind your manners now.
Apologies, my lady. I overstepped.
Who is it?
Prince Renee. Is the merchant squire staying in this room?
She says you may enter, Your Grace.
I wish to discuss some matters concerning your visit. What? Perhaps a forewarning next time. It might have spared us both the exposure. I had in mind a mutually beneficial proposal for the duration of your stay. You've witnessed my mother's relentless efforts to wed me off. Meanwhile, you seek to reclaim your lost fortune. No, not a marriage for us, but rather a pretense of one. Think, what if we did pretend? Our little deception would fend off the matchmaking hounds, elevate your status, and grant me a reprieve from the matrimonial onslaught. Well, think of the benefits for yourself then. Access to the Empire's elites, their gifts, their secrets, all while under the guise of courtship. Any person of your profession will see the advantage. When the season ends, we'll dissolve our arrangement, leaving you well positioned and me liberated from romantic pursuits for one more year.
We would only have to be seen together in public every so often. Otherwise, I'd be out of your hair. Does the plan intrigue you? Splendid. Then we shall commence on the morrow. Until then, enjoy your bath